For years, we've been managing children with attention deficit disorder and other diagnoses that impact attention in the classroom. And that management has looked like taking away distractions, clearing their desk, giving them a small room to work in, or away from the window. And for years, that hasn't been working. So what we have to do is get in there and teach children some skills on what to do with that lack of focus or that inability to maintain themselves around distractions. So today, I want to give you some of those actual techniques. Here's a typical situation in the classroom. My student is sitting at a table that has all kinds of distractions on it. I want to go into a literature lesson. How do I get him to stop what he's doing? He's doodling, he's playing with things, tapping on the desk, and then all of a sudden he notices, oh, there's candy sitting over there. I might want to take a little bite out of that. So he takes that, breaks it in half, and starts to, oh, that's even cooler. I think I'll break it in half a few more times. And now there's candy all over the desk. And then he sees the ruler and the tape. And oh my, that looks like it might be fun to play with. There are so many distractions on this desk. Something I need to do is to not necessarily tell him to clear his desk, because that hasn't worked for him in the past. He just goes right back to doodling. Hey, buddy. I got an idea for you today.
Oh?
All right, sometimes I know it's hard for you to deal with all the distractions and all this kind of stuff on your desk. So I want you to listen to 2 words. These 2 words are going to be right now. That's going to be like the code word, all right? So when I say right now, it means that I'm about to give a direction that's going to ask you to focus on something, all right? So what are the 2 words that I just said? Do you remember?
Right now?
Exactly.
You want me to clear this stuff off?
No, I don't want you to clear this stuff off. That's the point. I want you to be able to say to your brain that when I hear right now, it means no matter what's on my desk, it's time for me to focus on whatever comes after right now. So here goes. Right now, I'm asking you to find the 3 little pigs. Perfect. Right now were the 2 words that I chose to use as a common language for my student to help him to learn that every time he hears right now, it means a direction is coming and he's going to have to focus on something. Try to avoid using words like pay attention or it's time to focus now, because those really have a negative connotation to them. All right, looking good over here.
But, Miss, I can't stop thinking about what I'm going to do later today.
Okay, here's something else that's getting in there. Right now, I want you to push the book aside. And right now, I'm going to have you take your journal, and I want you to write down exactly what you have to do after school today. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that. The journal technique is another thing that I offer for children to kind of get rid of what's on their mind at that very moment. For my student, he had some things he had to do after school today. And even though he followed my right now direction and got the book out, he still got stuck with what was in his head. By teaching them how to use the journal to just give them 2 minutes to write down what is it that you're thinking about that you have to do this afternoon, allows them another technique to go back and focus on what I've asked them to do right now. If you think these techniques and techniques similar to these are going to solve the problem right away, well, that's probably not very accurate. Remember, children with ADHD need to learn how to deal with distractions, and teaching them these techniques and using them day in and day out consistently, it can become a way of life for them. And living with ADHD is something they're going to do forever.